All right, folks. Remington, F Remington, start letter A. Good breath, right? Every 4 measures. 1, 2, ready? Chop builders, please. All right, everybody, let's get up our chop builders. Choose your option. I'm going to be playing 3A right now. Okay, ready? 1, 2, chop builders. 1, 2, ready? Wow! Rhythm! Day 3, chart 12.75, line 7. All right, get it up. Pause the video if you have to. If not, let's get rolling. We got a rest on beat 1. It's got a little 1 with a slash through it. And then we have beat 2 here. We got a little 2 with a slash through it. Then after that 2, we have 2, E, and A. Take away the 2, take away the E. We have the and left. All right, so we have big and, big A. Good, and then we have a big 3 here. That's too big a 3. And a little 4, because it's a half note. Next measure, this and this are the same, right? So write that in. We have a little 1 with slash, little 2 with slash, big and, big A. 3 and 4. As always, if you have to pause the video at any time to write in the counts, do so. Next, 2 measures. We got a big 1, big E, big and, big 2, big and, 3 E and, 4 and A. Need a pause? Do so. Next one, 1 and, 2 and, 3 E and 4. Okay? All right, let's count. You know what? I think you can do the whole thing this time. Okay, let's do the whole thing. Count the whole darn thing. Ready? 1, 2, count it. All ready, go. and a 3. 1, 2, and a 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4. Good. One more time. Ready? One more time. Ready and go. 1, 2, and a 3. 1, 2, and a 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4. Okay, sizzle it. Ready? 1, 2, sizzle, go. Play it with me. Quick breath on beat 2 gets you in on time on the ands. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play it, go. Okay, as always, if you need to go back and do it again, do so. If not, see you later.
Welcome. It's time for another scale. Right now we're going to be covering the A-flat scale. So we're going to start by going through those key signatures. So find your clef, treble or bass, find your time signature. And in between that is what we like to call the key signature. Now, this should be easy to find because you're currently in your binder looking at your scales. Or you're looking in your blue book towards the back, page 42, 43, around there, looking at your scales for concert A-flat. Now, if you are a flute, an oboe, a bassoon, a trombone, a baritone, or a tuba, or a percussionist playing on your bell kit, you should have 4 flats in your key signature. You're part of the 4-flat club. So let's think about our key signature word, Beadgesif. We have the first 4 letters, B, E, A, and D. B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. Now, if you've just played our E-flat video, we know that that's only one new flat. Okay? So let's look then at our clarinets, our tenor saxes, and our trumpets. We have a slightly different key signature. For these instruments, we are part of the 2-flat club. So we only have the first 2 letters of Beadgesif, B and E. Now, the next group of instruments, we're going to go to the horns. Now the horns, we are now part of the 3-flat club, B, E, and A. And then finally, our alto saxophones, we are part of the 1-flat club, just B flat. Make sure you use that bis key. All right, so we're going to walk through, and I want you to do each part of this video 3 times. We're going to do the scale, we're going to do the arpeggio, and we're going to do the thirds. And each one of those I'd like you to do 3 times, at least. If you find yourself making mistakes, go to the settings of this video and change the speed. You can change the speed, times half. You can do times 0.25. Make it a lot slower and easier for you because practice makes perfect. So I want you to letter name it the first time. I want you to sizzle it the second time. And I want you to play it the third time. Let's do this. Here is your concert A-flat scale. 1, 2, 3. Now, like I said, take that back 2 more times and go through the sizzling and the playing of it. And if you need more, that's fine. All right, next we're going to approach the arpeggio. Give me a second to work it out. Got it. All right, wonderful. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so the arpeggio, let's go ahead and begin. You're going to do this 3 times. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the arpeggio. Last, but certainly not least, are the thirds. These can be quite tricky sometimes. Take your time. Do it many, many, many times because we don't want to practice till we get it right. We want to practice till we can't get it wrong. All right, let's try this. The A-flat major scale in thirds. I'll count you off. 2, 3. And there you have it. There are all 3 segments of your scale. Now, we're going to take a look at some of the special interest cases. Now, of course, our brass players, you're probably just going to be playing this scale in 1 octave. The one exception is the horn. Now, the horn, you may be able to play this in 2 octaves, but you know that the low one is quite low. So please consult your fingering chart for those horn fingerings. For our clarinets, I would expect that some of you are going to begin doing this scale in 2 octaves if possible. So we're going to talk about the 2nd octave really quick. If you're not a clarinet, if you're not a saxophone, if you're not a one of those 2, you can just turn this video off if you're done. But I want to talk to clarinets. So in clarinet land, we start, if we're doing the 2nd octave, the higher ones, we're going to start with a B flat that's higher, which is the A key and the register key in 4, 5, 6. You quickly go up to the 3rd space C, which is thumb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, register and bip. Then you lift up bip key to go to D, D. And you're going to put that same pinky back down, but rather than bip, now you're going to use tip. So it's thumb, register, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and tip. That's how you play E flat. Hold on 1 second, I got something on my computer screen. Okay, and now we take a few fingers off to get to the next note, which would be F. We have to take 3 fingers off. So all you're left with is thumb, register, 1, 2, 3, 4 to play high F. Now the next one, we just take this right hand off completely, and all we're left with is thumb, 1, 2, 3, which is a G. Then you lift up your 3rd finger, and that gives you a high A. And then finally, you add the side key here while leaving the left hand the same to play high B flat. And then you just bring it back down in opposite order. Here it is all together. Now saxophones, you're a slightly different case. You can play with the clarinet or any of the other scale videos, but let me show you all of the fingerings. And I totally forgot to get my saxophone out, so let me go ahead and get that. Okay, I'm not going to put the whole thing together, but here's the sax. Okay, so when we're playing the 2nd octave of the scale, your first few notes are exactly the same. We have an F to start with, which is thumb 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that. G is the same as the low one. A is the same as the low one. B flat's the same as the low one. C is the same as the low one, except we have the octave key. But now we're going to get a little fancy. If you look at these keys here, it's kind of hard to see with the camera angle, but the one that's closest to me right here, that's the D key. That's how we play the high D note above the staff. And you're going to go thumb, and then you use the palm. Notice I'm using this area of my hand right here, and the rest of it wraps around. High E, what I'm going to use is the first 2 palm keys, this one and this one. But I use the palm and I use the 1st finger. Here's another angle. Palm and 1st finger. That's high E, almost. We finally add that for high E. So once again, we go F, G, A, B flat, C, palm key D, and to get to high E, you add this finger and this finger at the same time. So that's high E. Then finally, your high note F, you keep all that down, but you also add the ring finger to this last one for a high F. And then you bring it back down. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed our concert A-flat scale video. Please be practicing all the octaves of your scales. Scales should be your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then some after. Because remember, we don't practice till we get it right. We practice till we can't get it wrong.
Thank you and welcome to Reading Rainbow. Oh wait,
Reading Rainbow.
eighth grade band. All right.
That's good.
This is number 69, and it's called a Royal Fanfare. As
Royal
Mr. Wilson
Fanfare.
just played, he didn't play the same thing, but it's pretty much the same thing. All right.
Sounds the same.
All right, everything sounds the same. All music's the same. Whatever.
Mhm.
All right, beginning. What we're gonna do really quick is we're gonna write in some counts. Okay. So we got here. First measure: big 1, big 2, big and, big 3, E and a 4. Take a second, write that in. Pause if you have to. Go to measure 3. Take a look at measure 3. Is the counting the same or different? It's the
Same.
same. Right. Good. Okay. And this is measure 2. Pause if you have to write it in. We have 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. Okay, look at measure number 4, right? The first ending. Is the counting the same or different? It's the
different. Measure 4.
measure 4 is the same as measure 2.
Oh, measure 2. Okay, I didn't hear the question. That's totally my bad. I lost my dignity again.
Wah,
It's
wah.
the same as measure 2. I thought you meant
Wah.
1 and 3.
I was gonna play
Here
it on
we
the
are.
trombone. All right,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, it's too late for me to do that.
It's the same.
Great. Moving on. Okay. And the last measure we have 1 E and a 2 and fermata, and you hold it forever. Okay. Till we all turn into dust. All right. Beginning.
Yeah.
Let's all count measure 1. 1 and 2 and count it. Ready, go. 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4. Great. Let's all play measure 1. Pretty easy. Ready? Play measure 1. We're in band flat, by the way. Ready? 1, 2, measure 1. Go. What's our dynamic?
Mezzo forte.
Great. Medium loud. Because we have to have somewhere to go in the second ending, right? Okay. And can you tell me, Mr. Wilson, is this fanfare style?
You know, I'm not really excited after that.
No, a king or a queen does not want an entrance like that, right? That's a separation. Ta, 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 ta. Let's all play that one more time. 1, 2, play it, go. Next measure, count it. 1, 2, measure 2, count, go. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4. Play it. 2, ready, go. Notice all of the quarter notes were accenting. Okay? Play measure 1 and 2. 1, 2, measure 1 and 2, go. Pay attention to where the 8th notes and the 16ths are. All right, measure 3. Do you know how to count that already? Yes, you do. Okay, let's all play measure 3. 1, 2, measure 3, go. Great. Now, first ending. Let's all, we know how to count the first ending. So let's sizzle the first ending one time just to get it under our fingers. 1, 2, sizzle, ready, first ending, go. Great. That's just like your concert B flat major arpeggio, but backwards. Okay? All right. Now, can you mouthpiece the first ending brass? 1, 2, ready, go. Great. And let's all learn the second ending together. You got a crescendo in there. Something that helps the crescendos go better, right? Be more effective is if we start soft. Okay. Last measure. Count once. Ready, go. 1 E and a 2 and 3. off. Great. Okay, nice fermata there. Okay, let's all play the last measure. 1, 2, last measure, go. It says division. Let's all play the top one. Okay. All right, roadmap really quick. Let's start with measure number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what happens, Mr. Wilson? 1, 2, 3, 5. Good. Okay. Let's all sizzle if you have to, and then we're going to play it. Ready? Let's all play together. 1, 2, beginning. Great. Now, what we're going to do is, because this is a round, there it is, right? This is a round, so we're going to play it like a round, right? So you see that circle, that's number 1? Mr. Wilson's going to start. And then I will come in when he gets to number 2, okay? So listen, follow along, all right? So he's going to start, he gets to number 2, I'll start at the beginning, all right? You've done this before. And then Mr. Wilson's going to hold out the fermata at the end and wait until I get there so we can stop, all right? Ready? Listen, and then you can play along with us. 1, 2, ready? Go. Great. Go back, pick number 1 or 2. Play with Mr. Wilson, play with me, whatever you want to do.
Team Wilson.
Or me. I guess you could play with...
Team Wilson.
Okay, fine. You can just play with Mr. Wilson then.
Play with Mr.
It's
Wilson.
all right. Okay. All right, see you tomorrow.